Hi, my name is Aurora, and I'd like to discuss how a psychic attack can be returned to sender. Now, first of all, we need to understand what is a psychic attack. A psychic attack is an influence or a frequency that can either be sent to you through remote viewing, where you're as a targeted individual being tracked. Your timelines that you are in, this current one, can be accessed and can be reviewed. If they wanted to really take you out, they would try their very best to try and eradicate you from whichever timelines you have originated from, depending on how strong your influence is in terms of how rebellious you are if you don't conform to their control or anything like that. The way that we can set that back to the sender is by learning. First rule before everything and anything is to know who we are. So lesson number 1, know who you are. Work at it. Speak with yourself in terms of reasoning in your mind, how you feel about things. Look at how you respond to things. Look at the things that stimulate you on an emotional level. Work on all of those aspects and you'll be able to get a sort of an understanding of who you are. Then write your dreams down, lesson number 2, and build on that. Write your dreams down day and night whenever you have them. Depends on how many times you sleep as well. But you can have visions as well, and that would be able to assist you too. And those are thought forms that come randomly, or you can smell something that is randomly coming out of nowhere. Some people smell flowers just randomly. Write that down. You're going to have a little diary with you that you're going to be taking with you wherever you go, if you're that determined to find out who you are, which I did. And I still do. It becomes part of your life eventually, that you know that whatever you're doing, even if you've got a very, very busy lifestyle or work schedule, that you can actually fit that in. You can improvise. Use your phone to record your dreams. You can make a plan if you really wanted to. Okay, so that's part of getting to know who you are. Now, how to fight back, how to send back the psychic attack to the one that's sending it to you. And that depends on how you can, like I said, how well you know yourself. If you are not familiar with who you are, you might be able to get swayed or controlled or interfered with in terms of behavior where you suddenly lose it, or you're suddenly so depressed you want to take your life. That is a suicide program. Then there's the disruptive one, where I'm so angry at the world right now, I could just go and do something. That is another program. And so on. I'm sure that you sort of get the idea how all of these things happen in terms of programming and taking control of you. And of course, if you wanted to know more, you can research around and also ask me. Write down your questions and I'm happy to answer them for you. Okay, so once you get this particular event or moment where you are particularly targeted, pay attention to the moment of what is producing itself to you. You could have had an argument with a partner or with someone or something, or you could have just gotten through something, and it could have been perhaps a few years ago that you've resolved that particular issue with that individual or association or situation. If it suddenly comes back to you after you've done something in terms of helping yourself, in terms of, and it's random, so I can't predict to you and say to you when it's actually going to happen, but I can tell you that it will happen, and you'll know. You suddenly feel, okay, that feels weird. And then suddenly you're in it and you can't stop it and you feel like you're rolling along with it until it's finished. And scars and scratches afterwards, 10 minutes later or an hour later or 2 days later, whatever the case may be. And you realize, oh my word, what the hell just happened? So, okay, it's that sort of thing that's happened, okay? So, at the moment when it starts, or even during the fray, or the situation that you're in, go away from that particular scenario if you can. Walk away from it, or leave the room, or step outside, or just disengage immediately as best as you can. Number one, disengage from the situation or the moment. Then, number two, focus on your heart energy. Put your hands over your heart and feel the breathing of the warmth energy inside of your heart. And as you're feeling that particular energy inside of your heart, breathe a few times nice and deeply, connecting with that energy again. You will have all of these thoughts flying around in your head. Just let it just happen. Just let it happen and let it go past your thoughts. Connecting with your heart energy, and take a deep breath. Within the second deep breath, then you breathe out. You breathe the air into your hands, so the warmth of your heart into your hands, and you feel your heart connecting with your hands. The next step you do is you visualize either fire or gold or ice, and you try and isolate yourself with ice, and you shut down that type of frequency that's beaming at you. It's almost like you're wrapping yourself up in foil, or you put yourself in that particular cocoon. Okay? The next thing, after all of that visualization, you then will find out. It will reveal itself to you, because I do not believe that it's possible to eavesdrop on someone unless you're so stealth that you don't have a heart. Because if you had a heart, your frequency is always picked up on. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You can be feeling very guilty when you're sending these negative attacks to this particular person, or not. If you have no heart energy, you cannot be tracked that easily, but you can be tracked. I just need to bring that to your attention. It is possible if you take quite some work. If you work very hard on yourself, you'll be able to do that eventually. But you'll find the person or the image or the place or the area where it's coming from, and what you'll be doing is you'll basically use or utilize the skill of remote viewing. And you don't have to go for any particular training. You're just going to focus on one spot, and it's the images and the thoughts that come to you, because your intention is to know where it's coming from. And you send that ice, which is followed by fire, straight back to that person or that entity or that group. And that person or that entity or the group will experience the same type of attack that you've got. In other words, you've basically deflected the negative attack by ways of visualizing your specific skills or your techniques. You can do whatever you want to. It's all about the intention and connecting it to your heart energy. But I can give you a few mantras to do if you connect with me, so that you can start engaging in that way. And as I said, you'll be able to help yourself, and I'm just asking, please help the others around you as well. We're all in this together. So I just wanted to share that with you, and I'm hoping that it will give you some insight that the enemy is actually not as big as you think they are. Have a good one. Thank you so much. Please visit my site, ourhumandesign.live, or my YouTube channel, and drop some lines and connect with me. Go well.